There was a little boy who lived with his mother. They had no money and struggled. The little boy was a very talented artist. Each year he made a special birthday card based on the stories his mother told him about his father, who had died when he was just a baby. On the evening before his father's birthday, the little boy sat at the table with his smile, pen, and paper. He carefully wrote a message inside the card and drew a small picture of a man holding a little boy's hand. His mother watched him behind the door. She felt guilty for his father's death, so she approached him and said, "You always tell him everything, so write to him now that I love him and miss him very much." She said this with sadness in her eyes. The little boy looked at her and replied, "I will tell him. I know that he loves you too." The little boy went to sleep, and when he closed his eyes, he began to dream. The little boy was walking on clouds, and everything felt calm and peaceful. As he walked, he saw a mysterious man standing in the distance, smiling. The man seemed familiar, so the little boy walked up to him and asked, "Do you want to play with me?" The mysterious man smiled and answered, "Of course I do," and then he hugged the boy. The little boy felt a strange feeling in his heart and chest. He reached for the mysterious man's hand and said, "I like spending time with you. I like spending time with you too. You are awesome." They played together, running and laughing on the clouds. The little boy felt a deep connection with him. When the little boy woke up the next morning, his heart was filled with happiness, and he ran to his mother. "I dreamed about a mysterious man again. We played and had a great time together." The mother asked, "What does he look like?" The little boy thought for a moment and said, "He is strong and he has a beautiful heart. He said that my mother should not feel guilty about his death." The mother's eyes filled up with tears. "Did he tell you something else?" The little boy smiled and replied, "He told me that he loves me very much, and he told me that he misses you a lot. He would like to hug you and take away your sadness." The mother started crying even more. She felt broken, and her heart was even more filled with guilt. The next day, the mother took the little boy to visit his father's grave. The little boy carried the birthday card he made with him. The graveyard was quiet. When they arrived at the graveyard, the little boy said, "Happy birthday, Father. I brought you one more card with new stories I have to tell you." The little boy was talking with his father. The mother then looked at the card and saw the little boy's father drawn on it. In one moment, the mother hugged him and whispered in his ear, "That mysterious man in your dreams, he is your father in heaven." The little boy was shocked. "Really, Mom?" he asked. The mother replied, "Yes, he loves you and for years has watched over you from heaven." The little boy was confused. "But why did he tell me that you should not feel guilty because he died?" The mother started telling him a story. "When you were a baby, I got sick and I was about to die. Your father took me to the hospital for operations. When I woke up, the doctors told me that he gave me his heart." The mother was crying. "He left me a note to take care of you and to tell you stories about him every night before sleep. That is why you dream about him often." The little boy understood that his father's heart is beating in his mother's chest, so he hugged the mother and listened to his father's heart. Then he said, "Thank you, Father, for saving my mother's life. You may not be here, but your heart and love will always be with us."